Welcome to English Speaking Practice. Today, we're going to boost your English conversation skills. Join me.
Many people can understand English very well, but they feel nervous when they try to speak. If you feel this way, you are not alone. Understanding English and speaking English are two different skills. Your brain may understand words quickly, but your mouth is not trained to respond with confidence. The good news is that speaking becomes easier with daily practice. You do not need perfect grammar to start speaking. You only need courage and consistency. Speak slowly and clearly every day. Even small practice sessions can improve your fluency. Remember, every fluent English speaker was once a beginner who also made mistakes while learning. Sometimes people are afraid of speaking English because they think others will laugh at them. This fear stops many learners from improving. The truth is that mistakes are part of learning. Children also make mistakes when learning their first language, but they continue speaking without fear. You should follow the same mindset. Speak without worrying too much about grammar or pronunciation in the beginning. Confidence grows step by step. Practice speaking in front of a mirror every morning. Listen to your voice carefully and improve slowly. When you speak regularly, your brain starts creating English sentences naturally, without too much thinking or hesitation. One common reason people understand English but cannot speak is lack of speaking practice. Many learners spend years listening to English songs, movies, and videos, but they rarely open their mouths to speak. Listening improves understanding, but speaking improves fluency. You must train your tongue and mouth through daily speaking exercises. Try describing your room, your clothes, or your daily routine in English. Speak even if nobody is listening. The more you practice, the more comfortable you become. Fluency does not come from only watching videos. Fluency comes from speaking regularly and making English a natural part of your daily life. Thinking in your native language before speaking English can slow your communication. Many learners first create a sentence in Urdu or Punjabi, then translate it into English. This process takes time and creates hesitation. To become fluent, you should start thinking directly in English. Begin with simple thoughts like, I am drinking tea, or I am going to work. Use easy sentences throughout the day. Slowly, your brain will become faster. Do not force yourself to speak difficult words. Use simple English confidently. Simple and clear communication is more powerful than complicated sentences spoken with fear or confusion during conversations. Confidence is one of the biggest keys to speaking English fluently. If you believe you cannot speak, your mind will stop you from trying. Change your mindset today. Tell yourself that you are improving every day. Positive thinking can make a huge difference. Practice small conversations with friends or family members. Even 5 minutes of English conversation daily can improve your confidence. Do not compare yourself with fluent speakers because everyone learns at a different speed. Focus on your own journey. Celebrate small improvements. Every sentence you speak is progress. Confidence grows when you continue practicing without stopping because of fear or embarrassment. Pronunciation problems can also make learners afraid of speaking English. They worry that people will not understand them. Remember that perfect pronunciation is not necessary for communication. Clear communication is more important than sounding like a native speaker. Listen carefully to English conversations and repeat the words loudly. Try shadowing practice by copying the speaker's tone and rhythm. Use subtitles when watching English videos. Pause and repeat sentences several times. Over time, your pronunciation will naturally improve. The key is repetition and patience. Never stop speaking because your accent is different. Your accent shows your identity, and communication matters more than perfection. Another reason people struggle with speaking is limited vocabulary. When you do not know enough words, you cannot express your thoughts clearly. Start learning useful daily vocabulary instead of difficult dictionary words. Learn words related to your routine, work, hobbies, and emotions. Use new words immediately in sentences. Keep a small notebook or use your phone to write important words every day. Review them regularly. Vocabulary becomes strong through usage, not memorization alone. If you forget a word while speaking, do not panic. Use another simple word or explain your idea differently. Good communication is about sharing ideas clearly, not using complicated vocabulary unnecessarily. Speaking English alone can feel strange at first, but it is one of the best ways to improve fluency. Self-practice allows you to speak freely without fear of judgment. Stand in front of a mirror and talk about your day. Describe what happened at work or school. Share your future goals aloud in English. This habit trains your mind to create sentences quickly. Record your voice sometimes and listen carefully to your mistakes. Improvement becomes easier when you notice your weaknesses. Daily speaking practice builds confidence step by step. Even 10 minutes of speaking alone every day can create amazing progress after several months of consistent effort. Listening and speaking should work together during language learning. If you only listen, you become a passive learner. If you only speak without listening, your pronunciation and sentence structure may not improve. Balance both skills daily. Listen to podcasts, interviews, or simple English stories. Then repeat what you hear using your own words. Try summarizing short videos in English. This method improves memory, vocabulary, and confidence together. You do not need expensive courses to improve your speaking skills. Free resources online can help you practice every day. Consistency matters more than expensive learning materials, because regular practice creates real fluency over time. Fear of making grammatical mistakes stops many people from speaking English confidently. They keep thinking about tenses, articles, and sentence structure before speaking. This habit creates hesitation and nervousness. Remember that communication is more important than perfect grammar. Many fluent speakers also make small mistakes during conversations. Start speaking with simple grammar. Use present tense sentences in daily conversations. Slowly improve your grammar through reading and listening practice. Do not wait until your English becomes perfect, because perfection takes years. Fluency grows through action, not waiting. Speak today with the knowledge you already have, and improvement will naturally come with regular practice and exposure. Daily routines provide excellent speaking practice opportunities. Describe every activity you perform during the day in English. For example, say, "I am brushing my teeth," or "I am preparing breakfast." This habit trains your brain to think in English naturally. You do not need a speaking partner for this exercise. Consistent daily narration improves fluency and sentence formation. It also increases your confidence because you practice familiar vocabulary repeatedly. Over time, you will notice that English sentences start coming automatically to your mind. Small habits create big results. Make English part of your daily routine instead of treating it like a difficult school subject. Watching English movies can improve your understanding, but active learning is important. Do not only watch silently. Pause the movie and repeat interesting sentences loudly. Copy the actor's pronunciation and emotions. This exercise improves speaking rhythm and confidence. Start with simple movies or shows that use clear English. Subtitles can also help beginners understand new vocabulary. After watching a scene, try explaining it in your own words. This practice improves memory and speaking ability together. Entertainment can become a powerful learning tool when used correctly. Learning English should feel enjoyable, not stressful. When you enjoy the process, you naturally practice more and improve faster. Many learners avoid speaking English because they think they need advanced vocabulary. In reality, simple English is enough for most conversations. Native speakers also use simple sentences during daily communication. Focus on clarity instead of complexity. Learn useful expressions for greetings, introductions, shopping, travel, and work conversations. Repeat these expressions regularly until they become natural. Confidence grows when you master practical communication skills. You do not need to sound like a professor. You only need to express your ideas clearly and confidently. Every conversation is an opportunity to improve. Speak whenever possible, and remember that fluency develops gradually through repeated real-life communication experiences. Many learners avoid speaking English because they think they need advanced vocabulary. In reality, simple English is enough for most conversations. Native speakers also use simple sentences during daily communication. Focus on clarity instead of complexity. Learn useful expressions for greetings, introductions, shopping, travel, and work conversations. Repeat these expressions regularly until they become natural. Confidence grows when you master practical communication skills. You do not need to sound like a professor. You only need to express your ideas clearly and confidently. Every conversation is an opportunity to improve. Speak whenever possible, and remember that fluency develops gradually through repeated real-life communication experiences. Speaking slowly is completely acceptable when learning English. Many beginners try speaking too fast because they want to sound fluent. This creates confusion and mistakes. Slow speaking gives your brain time to organize thoughts properly. Clear communication is always better than fast communication. Focus on pronunciation and confidence instead of speed. As you practice daily, your speaking speed will naturally improve. Do not rush your learning journey. Every fluent speaker improved through patience and repetition. Enjoy the process of learning new words and expressions. Speak slowly, breathe calmly, and trust yourself. Improvement may feel slow sometimes, but daily practice always creates long-term progress and confidence. Reading aloud is another powerful exercise for improving spoken English. Choose simple English articles, stories, or dialogues and read them loudly every day. This practice improves pronunciation, vocabulary, confidence, and sentence rhythm. Reading silently improves understanding, but reading aloud trains your speaking muscles. Try focusing on stress and intonation while reading. Listen carefully to how native speakers pronounce words and imitate them. If you make mistakes, simply repeat the sentence again. Improvement happens through repetition. Reading aloud also helps you become comfortable hearing your own English voice. Many learners become more confident speakers after practicing this simple habit consistently for several weeks and months. Sometimes learners feel shy because they think their English level is too low. Remember that every fluent speaker once started with basic sentences. Nobody becomes fluent overnight. Learning a language is a journey that requires patience and consistent effort. Focus on small improvements instead of expecting instant perfection. If you learn 5 useful sentences daily, your communication ability will grow quickly over time. Practice introducing yourself. Simple conversations build strong foundations. Never underestimate the power of regular practice. Small daily efforts may look unimportant today, but they create remarkable results after several months of dedicated speaking practice and determination. English speaking practice should become part of your lifestyle. Do not limit learning to classrooms or study hours only. Surround yourself with English throughout the day. Change your phone language to English. Listen to English audio while traveling or exercising. Speak short sentences whenever possible. Immersion helps your brain become familiar with the language naturally. The more English you hear and use, the more comfortable you become. Language learning works best when it becomes a daily habit. Consistency is stronger than motivation because motivation changes sometimes. Build strong habits and continue practicing even when you feel tired or discouraged because progress requires long-term commitment. Conversation partners can help improve speaking confidence greatly. Find a friend who also wants to practice English. Speak together for a few minutes daily. Choose simple topics like food, weather, travel, or work experiences. Do not focus too much on correcting every mistake during conversations. The main goal is communication and confidence building. Corrections can come later, gradually. Online language exchange platforms also provide opportunities to practice with different people. Speaking with others teaches you how real conversations work. It improves listening, response time, and fluency together. Every conversation becomes easier when you continue practicing regularly and stop fearing mistakes during communication. One important habit for improving English speaking is asking questions. Many learners only answer questions, but rarely ask them. Questions create conversations and improve interaction skills. Learn simple question patterns like, "What do you do?" or "How was your day?" Practice these questions regularly with friends or co-workers. Questions help you continue conversations naturally and confidently. They also improve your understanding of grammar and sentence structure. Communication is not only about speaking long sentences. Listening carefully and asking good questions are equally important skills. Practice curiosity in conversations. When you enjoy talking with others, speaking English becomes more natural, comfortable, and enjoyable every single day. Patience is necessary during language learning because progress takes time. Some days you may feel confident, while other days you may struggle to speak simple sentences. This is completely normal. Learning is not always a straight line. Continue practicing, even during difficult moments. Avoid negative thoughts like, "I will never become fluent." Replace them with positive thoughts like, "I am improving every day." Your brain needs time to adapt to a new language. Consistent practice always creates results eventually. Trust the learning process and focus on regular improvement instead of perfection. Every small effort you make today brings you closer to speaking English confidently tomorrow. Many learners can understand English movies easily because listening is a passive skill, but speaking requires active participation. Your mind may recognize words, yet forming sentences quickly can feel difficult. This problem improves through practice and repetition. Start using short answers during conversations instead of remaining silent. If someone asks about your day, answer with more detail. Expand your responses slowly. Small conversations help your brain become faster at creating English sentences. Speaking fluency is like a muscle that grows stronger through regular exercise. The more you use English actively, the easier it becomes to express thoughts naturally and confidently in different situations. Do not become discouraged when you forget words during conversations. Even native speakers sometimes forget words or pause while speaking. Communication does not require perfection. If you forget a word, explain your idea using simple language. This skill is called paraphrasing and is very useful during conversations. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "the thing we use when it rains." Communication continues successfully when you stay calm and flexible. Confidence is more important than perfect vocabulary. Practice speaking regularly without fear of forgetting words. Over time, your vocabulary becomes stronger naturally through reading, listening, speaking, and real-life usage every day. Creating an English environment around yourself can improve fluency faster. Follow English pages on social media, watch English interviews, and listen to English podcasts daily. Exposure helps your brain become familiar with common sentence patterns and pronunciation. When you hear English regularly, speaking becomes easier because your mind stores useful expressions automatically. Try repeating phrases you hear during videos or conversations. Practice them several times until they feel natural. Language learning becomes easier when English surrounds your daily life. You do not need to travel abroad to improve. Consistent exposure and active practice at home can create excellent speaking skills with dedication and patience. Some learners wait for the perfect moment to start speaking English confidently. They think they need better grammar, more vocabulary, or perfect pronunciation first. Unfortunately, this mindset delays progress. There is no perfect moment to begin speaking. Improvement only happens through action. Start speaking with the knowledge you already have today. Every mistake teaches something valuable. Fluency develops gradually through practice, correction, and experience. Confidence grows when you continue despite imperfections. Successful learners are not people who never make mistakes. They are people who continue practicing without giving up. Start small, stay consistent, and trust that your speaking ability will improve with time and effort. A strong mindset can change your entire language learning journey. If you constantly criticize yourself, speaking English becomes stressful and difficult. Be kind to yourself during the learning process. Celebrate your improvements, even small ones. Maybe today you spoke one complete sentence confidently. That is progress worth appreciating. Motivation grows when you notice positive changes. Avoid comparing yourself with advanced speakers, because everyone has different experiences and learning speeds. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday. Positive self-talk can increase confidence significantly. Tell yourself daily that you are capable of learning English successfully. Your attitude plays an important role in your speaking improvement and long-term success. Repeating useful phrases daily can improve fluency faster than memorizing isolated words. Learn complete expressions like, "Can you help me?" or "I would like to order food." Repetition helps these sentences become automatic in your mind. When expressions become natural, speaking feels easier and faster. Practice these phrases during real situations whenever possible. Real-life usage strengthens memory and confidence together. Focus on practical communication instead of complicated grammar rules in the beginning. Fluency grows through familiarity and repetition. The more common expressions you practice, the smoother your conversations become. Daily repetition may feel simple, but it creates strong communication habits over time and experience. English speaking anxiety is very common among learners worldwide. Your heart may beat faster when someone asks you to speak English suddenly. This nervousness decreases through gradual exposure and practice. Start with comfortable situations first. Speak with supportive friends or practice alone before joining larger conversations. Take deep breaths before speaking and focus on communication instead of perfection. Mistakes are not failures, they are learning opportunities. Every successful speaker once felt nervous too. Confidence develops through repeated experience. The more you face your fear calmly, the weaker it becomes. Speaking English confidently is possible for anyone willing to practice regularly and remain patient during the learning process. Learning English becomes easier when you practice speaking through real-life situations and personal experiences. Talk about your childhood memories, favourite foods, school life, or future dreams in English every day. This method improves fluency naturally because you are speaking about familiar topics. Do not worry if your sentences are simple. Clear communication is always more important than difficult vocabulary. Repeat your stories several times to increase confidence and speaking speed. Recording your voice can also help you notice mistakes and improvements. Speaking practice should feel enjoyable and meaningful. When you enjoy expressing yourself in English, your confidence grows faster and communication becomes smoother with regular daily practice.
Many learners understand English videos and movies easily, but they struggle during real conversations because people speak quickly and use different accents. This problem is completely normal for beginners. Improve your listening and speaking together by practicing with short conversations daily. Listen carefully to simple English dialogues and repeat them aloud. Try answering common questions quickly without translating from Urdu or Punjabi in your mind. Fast thinking develops through regular speaking practice. Do not panic if you miss some words during conversations. Focus on understanding the main idea instead of every detail. Communication improves step by step when you continue practicing consistently and confidently every single day. Becoming fluent in English does not require special talent. It requires patience, consistency, and daily speaking practice. Many successful English speakers were once shy beginners who feared making mistakes. The difference is that they continued practicing every day without giving up. Even 15 minutes of speaking practice daily can create powerful improvement after several months. Build a strong routine and make English part of your lifestyle. Speak while walking, working, or relaxing at home. Confidence grows through action, not overthinking. Believe in yourself and trust the learning process. If you continue practicing regularly, your English speaking skills will improve naturally and you will speak confidently in the future.